Hello again, Internet. This is Jen. I am Jen, and this is my leg workout. I would like to take a moment to thank everybody that left kind, supportive comments on my last back workout video. I have never in my life had a video perform like that video. I have no idea where this came from. This huge increase in views and comments and people. I'm grateful for it. A little bit overwhelmed, but grateful. And I honestly, I had no idea that my videos meant that much to people. And I never would have expected that they would impact people really that much or help people that much. And thank you for taking the time to leave those comments. Even a lot of people said they almost never leave comments. So thank you for coming out of your shells and saying your piece. And a lot of you guys know that I'm pretty much constantly plagued by imposter syndrome, and I honestly thought that that would never ever go away, and that it'd be too hard to make videos because it made me doubt things, it made me doubt everything, and then I make this one video and somehow it's almost like it started to go away just from the kind things that people are saying or the reassurance and stuff. It was kind of like, oh my gosh, maybe I do actually know things about fitness. Maybe I do actually know what I'm doing when it comes to this endeavor that I have been passionate about and obsessed with since I was 15. Who'd have thought that maybe there'd be some skills acquired in that amount of time or some knowledge gained? It's just it's hard not to, I guess, dive too into the negative and believe the positive. It's hard to believe the positive. It takes work, I guess. But it certainly meant a lot to me that you guys said all those things. So, for one, I thought that it would be cool if I showed you how my leg days are now, or just if people used to watch my old leg days, how they've changed and what I'm doing now. Obviously, way back when, I was a lot more into compound powerlifting type things and lower reps, barbell movements, and that sort of thing. And I've really changed quite a bit of what I'm doing, so kind of like a fresh approach to my leg days. Obviously, you can see here my belt squat. I'm about to go into my Bulgarians, and I haven't even talked about my belt squat. The first exercise, obviously, you saw was my belt squat. I like that stance in particular. I know I can take different stances and maybe get more quad focus and that sort of thing. That stance feels very comfortable to me, so I'm prioritizing that at this time. I've actually gotten strength on my belt squat that I never thought that I would get. My first set was 185 pounds for 17 or something. My last set was 215 pounds for 8. So definitely got some strength numbers there that I never thought. Then I move on to my Bulgarian split squats. Yes, I can talk. My Bulgarian split squats here. These are very brutal. I do typically 2 leg days a week and make sure that I do the belt squat and the Bulgarian split squats on each of those days and then change up the other things. As you can see here, yes, I'm holding on to these dip handles. Because I like to do a lot more single leg exercises than I used to because I think it's good for me. I have very kind of twisty hips. If I do too many compound movements, I can tell that I'm not working evenly, and it seems to make some of my hip issues worse, obviously. So when I do single leg exercises, I'm still doing them to grow my muscles. I'm not doing them to be good at balancing and that sort of thing. So I hold on to stuff. I apologize. Maybe that's a cheater, pumpkin eater way to go about things. But if I didn't hold on to things, I'd legit just spend the whole time falling over. Some people can do this stuff, and it amazes me. People can do this stuff, they don't fall over at all. I wish I could be that. But anyway, do these Bulgarian split squats. Tinkered around with some single leg landmine hip thrusts. Also, again, really like how that feel. I was watching this video, Glute Guru. He doesn't seem to post anymore. His videos are years old, but I found him on YouTube, the Glute Guru. Not Brett Contreras, some other guy with an accent and amazing glutes. Especially for a dude, incredible glutes. So I started trying to do some of the stuff that he suggested. So that landmine hip thrust is one of them. And do also this landmine reverse lunge. He said, like, nips to the knee. I don't know. Nips to the knee. I can't do his accent. And I think about that when I do that. You'll probably understand what I mean when I'm actually doing it, but just like a forward lean, deep stretch. If I love reverse lunge on the landmine, and some high kind of step downs. I guess I don't remember what else I did today, but I guess you'll see it when I get here. So I guess more moving on away from just the ramblings of what I did today and ramblings about sort of my thoughts, reflection upon, the feedback and stuff after my last video. And, I mean, obviously I'm very, very outspoken about how I find toxic fitness industry stuff on the internet and just the way things have taken the direction, that they have. And the way that the fitness industry is portrayed on the internet, I'd like to believe that it's actually not like that in real life. It's the way that it is on the internet is actually it feels so different from what it actually is. And I think like my concern is that people that might be new to it or wanting to get into it, they just like watch this garbage crap on Instagram or read these awful comments or see the way all people are arguing that, and that like that then becomes like their perception of what the fitness industry is. And it's like, it's not how I started in it. Obviously it's taken a turn for the worse, but still in reality I'd like to believe it's so much better than it is online. So when you see things online, okay, something that I really notice and really experience is this weird sense of ownership that people have over lifting. Like they don't want other people, or they just feel like they know more than everybody. And it isn't because of their physique being impressive. It's just like they watch these videos and they obsess over these fitness people, these influencers or whatever. They read these things, and then it's like they become this like know-it-all authoritative figure. And then it's like very, very close-minded attitude about lifting and fitness, and they like to go around, correcting everybody or talking in this authoritative tone just in comment sections about people doing things wrong, correcting things, all this kind of stuff, or just they don't know anything. I've seen that a lot when people talk about like things, not just like form and stuff like that, or doing exercise in a different way, but recovery is a big thing. Like if they automatically say you're not working hard enough if you can do it that frequently. Like that's like their permanent stance. I see this argument all the time in comment sections. Somebody will say like, oh yeah, I can do this many times per week. Well, then you're not training hard enough. Then you're not training to failure, because you can't recover from that if you were working that hard. I see that so often. And these people, it's, again, this authoritative tone, it drives me nuts. And it's like, maybe you can't recover from that because of your lifestyle, your sleep, this or that or the other thing, or just your genetics and who you are. Maybe that person can recover from it. Like, why are we telling people this as if we know without any kind of doubt what they can or cannot recover from? And same even just with rest periods. You obviously didn't take that set to failure. If you can then do another one in this amount of time versus this amount of time, people recover differently, for God's sake. That's just one thing. It's weird closed-minded attitude. We see people doing an exercise in a slightly different way. Like face pulls, for example. Like somebody told me I was doing face pulls wrong. And again, I'm not here just complaining about comments. You guys already know how I feel about that. But it's like, why are we so close-minded that when we see somebody doing an exercise differently than how we like to do it or how we believe it is correct, instead of saying like, whoa, that's different, where'd you learn that? What is that working, or why are you doing it that way? We assume that it's wrong instead of being inquisitive about it and like learning. All the greats out there made stuff up and tried things in a different way. And like the face pulls I did are from Danny Lynn Bailey, and she's like rear delt queen. If I even had 2% of her rear delts, like, I'd feel great. That's where I got it from. And like, she's very innovative in that way with her supersets and the way she does things. And I love that about her. There are so many good people out there, older people like John Meadows and that sort of thing, where it's like teaching you doing things a little bit differently and that innovation. And we celebrated that. And now we have to be like authoritative and judgy and know it all about it. And that's just, to me, is like, can't we go back to the way fitness used to be, even just a little bit online, where it's like supportive and people want to learn and people ask questions instead of making judgments about it And like obviously the huge influx of like extremely fake bullshit. I've never been on TikTok, so I'm assuming it's just as bad as Instagram, but I see so much, of that sort of thing when I used to be on Instagram. Like, I couldn't imagine being brand new to fitness right now and deciding to get brave and sign up for Instagram so that I could watch fitness videos. And then, like seeing this crazy, like Brazilian butt lift. Everything is fake. The boobs are fake. The ass is fake. They're doing these like stupid exercises or whatever, and just like showcasing two of them with huge zoom ins on their Brazilian butt lift, and then selling you a program, and then thinking like this is the right way, or even somehow like seeing that and then still somehow thinking that fitness seems great. Like, oh yes, I'm really enticed now by these videos. And like the constant just bickering and arguing, this person calling out this person, fake natty this, Mike Israel scandal this, Greg Doucette argument here, and then like that's all the stuff that gets the clicks and goes viral. And then like seeing that online, being like, wow, the fitness industry is like a fucked up place, y'all. I want to learn about it, but this seems like awful, and people are just doing nothing but arguing and acting judgmental and snobby about the ownership of what they believe to be correct and nothing else can be correct. Like, what a gross place for brand new people, or even people like me that have been in it forever, that now want to leave because of how gross it is, and like missing, I don't know, the good old days. I'm sure that makes me sound ancient. Missing the good old days of when it was like not disgusting, and it was less fake, and it was less constant steroid judgy natty or not stuff, and just overall nothing seeming real. And then the Sony puts something out there that's real, judge them for not being good enough. Anyways, thanks for listening to me, guys. Bye.